This tiny vehicle collected the drag chutes of supersonic J-35 Draken fighter jets and towed a special trailer-carrying equipment used to refill pilots' oxygen cylinders. But it was never designed for the military. Its main job was far less dramatic, delivering mail through rural Sweden. In the early 1960s, the Swedish Postal Service needed a purpose-built vehicle for rural delivery routes. Mail carriers had to stop constantly at roadside mailboxes, get out of the car, climb back in, and set off again. Ordinary cars were poorly suited to that kind of work. What the post office wanted was a compact vehicle with an automatic transmission, good visibility, sliding doors, and right-hand drive, so the driver could pull up directly beside a mailbox and reach it without leaving the vehicle. Nothing on the market offered that combination of features. The project was handed to Kalmar Verkstad, but this was not a car manufacturer. The company built railway carriages, locomotives, and small platform trucks used at train stations. Kalmar had never before put its own road vehicle into mass production. Honestly, once you learn that this van was created by a railway engineering company rather than an experienced automaker, its unusual design begins to make a lot more sense. Most of the mechanical components came from the Dutch DAAF 44. Under the hood was an air-cooled, two-cylinder boxer engine with a displacement of 844 cubic centimeters. It produced 34 horsepower under the European DIN standard, or 40 horsepower under the American SAE rating used at the time. The claimed top speed was 100 kilometers per hour, and the van could accelerate from 0 to 50 in about 9 seconds. There was no conventional manual gearbox. Instead, it used DAF's belt-driven Variomatic continuously variable transmission. The mail carrier only had to select forward or reverse and press the accelerator. The body was made from fiberglass. Its rounded shape was created by industrial designer Rune Mono, who also worked on the well-known ICA and SAS logos. The dashboard was kept as simple as possible. The postal version did not even have a clock. The engineers decided that a mail carrier simply did not need one. Officially, the vehicle was known as the KVD 440. But even during testing, people began calling it Tjorven, after a popular character from the stories of Astrid Lindgren. With its rounded body and slightly awkward appearance, the little van did seem to resemble her. The nickname caught on so well that the official designation was almost forgotten. Even during the first trials, mail carriers complained about the weak engine and drafts inside the cab, but the need for a purpose-built delivery vehicle was so great that the Postal Service still ordered 1,000 of them. Then the problems became much more serious. During an extended test by the Swedish magazine Motor, the rear bumper came loose several times while the vehicle was being driven. The most dangerous incident involved the steering column. A fault caused the steering wheel to jam while the van was on the road. At that point, the funny little postal vehicle no longer seemed quite so harmless. Even the fiberglass body, which was never supposed to rust, developed problems. Metal reinforcements hidden inside the fiberglass began to corrode, expand, and split the body from within. Cracks appeared especially often around the front wheel arches. Warranty claims continued to mount. Kalmar tried to find new buyers for the vehicle. The company introduced a 5-seat version, an extended cargo model, and even an electric Tjorven, but all of them remained experimental prototypes. Sales were far lower than expected, and the Automotive project was losing money. Production ended in the spring of 1971. But the story did not end there. In 1972, 225 vehicles were still in storage. Some were sold at heavy discounts, while the final examples were completed in the Postal Service's own workshops in Ulvsunda. In total, around 2,200 Tjorven vehicles were built. Today, the Tjorven is no longer remembered simply as a failed postal project. It has become a cult Swedish classic, with a dedicated museum and a growing community of collectors restoring the surviving vehicles. What do you think? Was the Tjorven a brilliant idea ruined by poor execution, or a strange experiment that was doomed from the very beginning? Let me know in the comments.